Karen and Dusty Bin, and the 3-2-1 girl.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. Welcome once again to 3, 2... Well, it went better when we rehearsed it, didn't it? But can you do this at home yet? It's very easy, really. I can even do it with one hand behind my back, look. But here we are with another 15 shows for you. Lots of prizes to be won. And if you don't score, you might find yourself at 6s or 7s. It doesn't matter, because we'll knuckle under, and you'll never, ever go away empty-handed. Not on 3, 2, 1. Hey. Yes. Lovely Karen Palmer, of course, with a bin called Dusty.
Yeah, don't you think he's lovely, Ted? He's just like a domesticated Dalek.
A domesticated Dalek?
Yes, only he doesn't exterminate you. You get rid of him.
Well, what about getting rid of him, Karen? Take him away. We'll see the pair of you just a bit later on in the show. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. As always, folks, our gang are here, but would you please come along right now and meet the most important people on our show who are going to play 3, 2, 1, of course, our contestants.
My couple are Linda and Peter Sharples from Stockport in Cheshire.
And my couple are Jean and Ron Johnson from Slough in Berkshire.
My couple are Maureen and Tony Hodgson from Lowfell in Tyne and Wear.
Thank you. Thank you, Patsy. So we've got Tony and Maureen from Lowfell, Tyne and Wear. You're a school teacher, Tony, and you've got a more interesting hobby, haven't you? What do you do?
Football referee. Class 1, yeah.
Class 1. Now listen, many, many great teams up there. Who's your team? Who do you support?
I support Sunderland.
Sunderland. Way aye.
Way aye.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I did a cabaret the other day and Jack Charlton was in, and then I played golf with his brother, Bobby Charlton. Have you seen him lately? He parts his hair on his ear hole now, isn't it? But he couldn't get any lower, could he? They won't give up, you know. Once it starts to go, they'd comb it from under the arm if they could, I'm sure. It's lovely to have you here, it really is. This, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is our 1,000-to-1 quiz where our couples can win up to £1,000. Now, we have made a couple of changes. There's only 2 rounds of questions. First round, they play for £10 for each correct answer. So if they get 10, that would be £100. Whatever they win at the end of the first round, that's what they're playing for each correct answer in the second. So if they score 10 again, that would be 1,000. Now, the other change we've made at the end of the quiz, the couple with the lowest amount of money leaves us at that point. Nobody comes back next week, giving more people an opportunity to come on the show and play 3, 2, 1. The remaining 2 couples then play the elimination game to see who's going through to part 3 where all the big prizes can be won. So that's how it works, and I think we ought to get on straight away with the questions from lovely Jenny Layland.
Hello. But it's not Jenny Layland. It's too controversial, Ted, so I've changed it.
What have you changed it to?
Anna Ford.
I'll go along with that. It's news to me. Anyway, well, as you're playing for £10 a point in the first round, we want you to give all 10 answers. So, therefore, we're not going to give you one to start with in the first round. So, get 10 answers correct. You're well on your way to £1,000. Hold hands tightly. I don't blame you. Good luck to the 2 of you playing for £10 for each correct answer. Right. We want names given to boxes incorporating the word box found about the house, which are made in a special shape for a specific purpose. We don't want names which denote the material they are made of, like wooden box. So names of boxes, and we'll give you an example, but you must not use it. Egg box, now.
Shoe box.
Toy box.
Needlework box.
Jewel box.
Biscuit box.
Cake box.
Shoe box.
Hey, I remember when I was a lad, living in old house next to bakery. Hey, it was a jump. Rain was forever coming through roof just above kitchen table. I was always eating bread and dripping.
Tony, he didn't know you were going to be on the show. Anyway, you did repeat an answer there, of course. You did say shoebox, but nevertheless, how well did they do there then, Jenny?
Maureen and Tony have scored 6, which is £60.
£60, that's pretty good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, who do we have here? We've got Ron and Jean from Berkshire, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Actually, I used to live in Berkshire, you know. I used to be one of the biggest Berks in Berks. I still am, I think. Anyway, Ron, what sort of work do you do?
I work for British Airways as an airline ticket agent at Heathrow.
At Heathrow?
Yes.
I see. It's a popular game today, isn't it?
Quite
I mean,
popular.
they did say that, what is it, this year, more Britons are going abroad than anywhere else.
That's true, yes.
And where
Very busy.
Where do you find they're going to more than anywhere?
I think the most popular place is now America, because it's cheaper to get there. It's very
incredible, that, because I actually went on one of those cheap standby flights myself, and now I know why they call them standby. I had to stand by the door the whole trip. The worst plane ride I ever had, I'm on a passenger cargo ship, and they're carrying animals to a zoo, and there was an African gorilla, there was an Indian elephant, and a Russian bear, and we were hijacked by an Arab gorilla. Anyway, it is nice to have you here. Can we have their questions, please? Thank you, Jenny. Incidentally, folks, our couple have chosen one of 3 envelopes at random, so either of them could have any set of questions, but good luck to you. You've got to beat £60 at the moment, £10 for each correct answer. We want names given to cases incorporating the word case found about the house, which are made in a special shape for a specific purpose. We don't want names which denote the material they are made of, like leather case. So names of cases, and I'll give you an example, but you must not use it. Suitcase. Now.
Spectacle case.
Sewing machine case.
Packing case.
Eyeglass case.
Contact lens case.
Camera case.
Binocular case.
Telescope case.
What about nutcase? We've got one on this show, Mike Newman. I went to see his new house yesterday. He built the whole thing himself. I rang the bell. He said, "Who's that knocking?" I said, "It's me." He said, "I won't be a minute. I'm up here in the cellar."
That's very, very true. In actual fact, you did run out of time there, Jean and Ron, but there are a few more you could have said, like briefcase, attaché case, writing case, document case. You can think of them all afterwards, but Jenny, how did they score?
Jean and Ron scored 8, which is £80.
There you go. £80. Lovely. Okay. And here we've got Linda and Peter clinging closely to each other there. And, of course, you're from Peter and Linda Sharples. Hello, Mr. Sharples.
Hello.
Didn't recognise her without a hairnet, did you? I know. But you've had that a few times. I happen to know you're both in the newspaper business. So what job do you do, Peter?
I'm a news reporter for the Manchester Evening News. I cover a district office at Stockport.
In Cheshire?
Yes.
I see. Same office, is
Yes,
that right?
I do, yeah.
And same department?
No, I work in the advertising department, dealing with the people that come in with adverts.
I bet you've seen some strange ones in your time, haven't you?
Yeah, I think the funniest was when somebody left a skull in a British Railways buffet and they advertised under Lost and Found.
Somebody left a skull in the British...
A human skull.
A human skull in a British Rail buffet?
Yes.
I bet the rest of the skeleton was still there, waiting for service. On the other hand, seeing as it was dead, it had probably already eaten there. Anyway, Jenny, can we have their questions, please? Good luck to you, Peter and Linda. £10 each correct answer. At the moment, you have £60 and £80 to beat. Can we get a maximum? That would be nice. We want names given to bags, incorporating the word bag found about the house, which are made in a special shape for a specific purpose. We don't want names which denote the material they're made of, like cotton bags. So, names of bags, and we'll give you an example, but you must not use it. Peg bag. Now.
Shopping bag.
Handbag.
Shoe bag.
Sewing bag.
Carrier bag.
Laundry bag.
Polythene, oh no.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Here, you'll never believe this. I don't, so you never will. The fella next door to me has run off with my wife. He has. He's run off with my wife. So I'll put a notice in the paper. Bring her back, you back snatcher.
Well, Peter and Linda, you did run out of time there. There were a few more that you might have thought about, like school bag, linen bag, sleeping bag, makeup bag, kit bag, duffel bag. But, Jenny, how did they score?
Linda and Peter have scored 6, which is £60.
£60. So, at the end of the first round, what have we got? We've got couple number 1 and 3 on £60 each, but in the lead at the moment, Jean and Ron from Slough in Berkshire on £80. Well, Tony and Maureen from Geordieland, you're going to go for £60 for each correct answer this time. Thank you very much, Jenny. Thank you. Now, this being the more difficult round, actually, we will give you one to start with here. And there are only 2 ways that you can be stopped in this round. That's if you make a mistake or, indeed, if you run out of time. We still want you to answer alternately. I will ask you questions. If you don't know them, just say you don't know, and I'll go on to your partner with another question, all right? So, for £60 for each correct answer, and good luck to the 2 of you, we want the main unit of currency for various foreign countries. We will give you the country, and we want you to give us the main unit. For instance, the United States, we want dollar, not cent. So we'll start you with that one. United States has the...
Dollar.
France.
The franc.
Spain.
Peseta.
Japan.
The yen.
Italy.
I don't know.
Denmark.
Denmark's the krone.
India.
The ruble.
Good evening, here is the news. A man appeared in court at Leeds today, charged with putting foreign money into his gas meter. He said he thought it was all right, now that we're in the common market.
Well, we had a mistake, I'm afraid, Maureen. You said for India, ruble, which of course is Russian. It should have been rupee. But, Jenny, how did they score at the end of the second round?
Maureen and Tony have scored 5, which is £300.
£300. Well, 300. Is that going to be enough tonight? We don't know. We got Ron and Jean here on £80 for each correct answer, and good luck to you too. This question is about characters in famous TV series. We want the names of characters most associated with these actors. For instance, Cheryl Ladd plays Chris Monroe in Charlie's Angels, so we'll start you with that one. Cheryl Ladd plays...
Chris Monroe.
James Garner.
I don't know.
Nicholas Ball.
I don't know.
David Soul.
Hutch.
Angie Dickinson.
Policewoman.
Ian Ogilvy.
The Saint.
Raymond Burr.
Ironside.
Lindsay Wagner.
Bionic Woman.
Peter Falk.
Columbo.
Tony Savalas.
Kojak.
And we've just heard that the TV detective Columbo has gone missing. Police brought in a bloodhound to trace him, but unfortunately it took one sniff at his Mac and dropped dead.
It would do too. Well, Ron and Jean, actually, there was a couple you didn't know there. James Garner, we would accept Jim Rockford or Brett Maverick. Nicholas Ball, of course, was Hazel. David Soul, Hutch, well, I think you got him, didn't you? Yes. You did. Well, how did they do anyway?
Jean and Ron have scored 8, which is £640.
£640. Oh, yes. Thank you, Jenny. Well, Peter and Linda here, £60 each correct answer. 10 sixes are 60. You couldn't make it, but you still don't know. You might get into that part too yet. Good luck to you. This question is about actors who have won an Oscar for the best actor. We will give you the name of the film. We want you to give us the name of the actor who won the Oscar for his performance in that film. Now, the film The Godfather had an award-winning performance of Marlon Brando, so that's the one we'll start you with. The Godfather had...
Marlon Brando.
The King and I.
Yul Brynner.
High Noon.
Don't know.
My Fair Lady.
I don't know.
The African Queen.
Humphrey Bogart.
Hamlet.
I don't know.
Patton.
Oh, don't know.
French Connection.
I don't know.
Ben-Hur.
Charlton Heston.
Bridge on the River Kwai.
And finally, it's just been announced that to keep up with the times, the Walt Disney Company has made its first X film, Snow White and the 8 Dwarfs. Apparently, Snow White wasn't so white and Dopey wasn't so dopey.
Well, Peter and Linda, you ran out of time there. You didn't know 5 of them. High Noon, of course, was Gary Cooper. My Fair Lady was Rex Harrison. Hamlet was Laurence Olivier. Patton was George C. Scott. French Connection was Gene Hackman. I'm sure you can think of it now, can't you? But Jenny, how did they score?
Linda and Peter scored 4, which is £240.
£240. So, situation at the end of the quiz here. We've got couple number 3, that's Peter and Linda on £240. Couple number 1, Tony and Maureen from Tyneside on £300. But the winners of the quiz from Berkshire, Jean and Ron, £640. Which means, unfortunately, Peter and Linda, we have to say goodbye to you at this particular point. It's been lovely having you here. I'll look you up when I get up there in Manchester. I'm up there quite a bit. Here's Karen here with your £240. There you go. That'll get you more than home, I'm sure, won't it? There's your ceramic dusty bin. Have you enjoyed coming along?
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
It's been great having you. Take care. Have a good trip back. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter and Linda. Well, we'll be back in just a couple of moments, of course, with our 2 couples will be playing our elimination game to see which of them goes through to part 3, where all those fabulous prizes can be won. So don't go too far away. We'll see you on 3, 2, 1 pretty soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 of 3, 2, 1 with our remaining couples here. We've got Ron and Jean from Slough in Berkshire, and there's Tony and Maureen up there in Tyneside. They're about to play our elimination game. Now, this week, our theme of our show is law and disorder. Now, after the game, we'll be showing you the first of our 5 sketches. The game itself is called Chain Gang. And if you have a look at our contestants' legs, I think you'll know why. They're tied together with a ball and chain, right? Now, when the first whistle blows, this is what we want you to do. Hop back here. And ladies, pick up one of these plastic bags which contains 3 balloons. That represents a rock. Fellas, you're holding mallets. So with the mallets, you've got to burst those balloons, all right? Now, on the second whistle, you change what you're doing with your partner. Ladies, you have to burst the balloons. And on the third whistle, you'll stop. We'll add up the scores, and the one with the most balloons burst, of course, will go through to part 3, where all the big prizes are. Is everything clear? Yes. Okay, Karen is up there with a whistle. Everybody's all set. Good luck to you all. 3, 2, 1, go! Look at this. Okay, change what you're doing with your partner. Ladies, you burst the balloons. Looks like we're level pegging at the moment. All right, stop, that's it. Hold it there. Hold it there. Now, I think that was a pretty strenuous game, wasn't it? Oh, Jean, you've collapsed in a heap. Let me give you a hand. You all right? Yes. That's the most exercise you've had for a long time, I bet. Can you come back here? Can you stand up? Now, listen, Hanny, how did your couple score?
Well, Jean and Ron scored 12.
12? Well, now. What's the score? All right, Patsy, how did your couple score?
Maureen and Tony scored 12.
Oh, after all that. After all that. Yeah, fight between the 2 of them now. Well, this means that we have a tiebreaker on our hands, and I've got a question here, and it's the first one to guess who it is. We'll go through to part 3, okay? So you can say any name you wish. This tiebreaker, I'm going to give you some details about a show business personality, and I want you to guess who it is, but you have as many guesses as you wish, but the first one that gets it, you're through. First of all, this personality was born at Kennington in London, is an ex-butler in Redcoat, relaxes by playing polo, compared Sunday Night at the Palladium in '74.
No.
First appeared on the Billy Cotton Band Show on TV. No.
There's a comment.
Compared the Raw Variety Show in '74. No. Is international star of Las Vegas, Broadway, Hong Kong and Toronto.
No.
No,
Tom Jones.
No, not him. They starred with Bing Crosby, Andy Williams, Perry Como, and Jack Jones.
Bob Hope?
No, and is well known for his association with the dustbin.
Ted Rogers.
Thank you.
Oh.
Didn't know where I was born. That's in dispute. Well, congratulations to you both. That means that you're going through. It's been a tough one for you this week, isn't it? You're really warm, and unfortunately, we've got to say goodbye to Jean and Ron right here and now. Have you enjoyed being on the show?
Yes, very much.
It's lovely having you here. Thank you for coming. Here's Karen, of course, with your money from the quiz. What was it, Karen?
£640.
£640. That's not a bad night's work, is it? Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you, Karen. There's your new 3-to-1 photo frame there. There's a photograph of me and Dusty, but don't worry, there's been a photograph taken of you during the show, and it's already on its way in the post. Jean, thank you for coming.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck, Ron. Take care.
Very nice.
Have some good trips. Oh, yeah. Bob Hope, Tom Jones, Max Bygraves, Jimmy Tarbuck. My God. Would you like to go around there, please?
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Maureen, you just stand here. No, you stand here. That's it. I prefer to stand next to the ladies. Do you mind? That's it, Tony. You stand there. Now, the money you've won in the quiz, of course. Yeah, cool down, relax. Take it easy. That's already for yours for safekeeping. We'll keep that for you till after the show. You know, when you get here to the table, what happens? There's a chance of winning 4 fabulous prizes. And you've got to think of avoiding that dustbin, all right? You know, if you get him, you take him a dustbin. Anyway, at the end of each sketch, we have a character leave here a clue. They'll read you a rhyme. When you've got 3, I'll ask you to reject 1. When you've, in fact, rejected 4, the one remaining is the one you take home with you tonight. Just put your heads together. Keep thinking, all right? So we're going to have the first of our sketches coming up right here and now, because the theme of our show, as I say, is law and order. We're going to take a look at some criminals still at large. Mind you, there are a lot of crooks behind bars. I mean, I was charged $1.50 last night for a small whiskey. And they say crime doesn't pay. That may be true, but the hours are good. Well, our first sketch, we're going over to the criminals' hideaway.
Now, here's the plan, Blue Eyes. 11:25, you drive the car and you park here outside the bank.
What if there's somebody already parked there?
Listen, I fixed that. You park here in the car park, okay? In the parking space, okay?
Here, Dad, what if there's double yellow lines?
Listen, I should never have brought you into the family business. You're a great disappointment to me. You park here in the car park where there are no double yellow lines, right? Then I go into the bank.
What if I can't get any petrol?
Listen, I fixed the petrol. There'll be 5 gallons in the tank. All you've got to do is keep the engine running. I go into the bank and get into the queue.
Oh. Here, Dad, what if he gets a flat tire?
Listen, I fixed the tires, I fixed the petrol, I fixed the parking space. That's why I'm the brains. All you've got to do is keep the engine running, ready for the getaway. Right? Right. Any more questions?
Yes. What if somebody pulls in front of me and I get blocked in?
Let's forget it, forget it, forget it, forget it. Hell with the whole thing. I'll put the money in the post office.
Chris.
Thank you very much.
You didn't have to dress up for me.
There you are, Ted. I'm leaving you the plan.
The plan? Right. That's the clue, is it?
Yeah.
Well, you read the rhyme for Tony and Maureen.
Right, okay. Now, here's the plan. Think if you can. If your chance is bright or dim, we'll throw you in the deep end, so it's either sink or swim.
Ah, what do you reckon, Tony? Any ideas? Maureen?
Swimming pool.
Fun, swimming pool.
Hang on, he's got to go. 3, 2, 1, go, Chris. Did you reckon swimming pool, you reckon? Hey, how much?
There's no room in our back garden for one, I tell you.
Well, if you've got a pool, you can put the garden in it, can't you? Anyway, you're going to think about that because we're going to have another sketch right here and now, okay? You know, crooks have made up their minds now to rob the bank. These days, bank robbers are so common. You know, shops now sell nylon stockings according to your head size. Let's go and join our gang as they're about to make a withdrawal from everybody's account.
Morning. What does it say?
And over.
Well, where is it?
About 10 miles from Salisbury, I think.
No! No, ain't over, Daddies. Ain't over the gelt, the spondulax. This is a stick-up, kid.
Oh, now I get it. You in your student rags.
These may be rags to you, girl. These are the best I can afford. Just because I look scruffy don't mean to say I'm a student. Now, come on, give me the rubles.
You mean this really is a holder?
What do you think this is, a boomerang? Hey, keep your foot away from that alarm button on the floor.
I'm just practicing a new dance step. I've just taken up dancing.
You'll be dancing on the other side of your face if you don't watch out.
If you don't mind my saying so, that's a mixed metaphor.
I don't care if it's the Pally Glide. Come on, hand over the loot.
How do we know you're not a student?
Do I look like a student? Do I look educated and lecherous?
It might be a pose. I'll ask you some questions on science.
I don't know nothing about science. I'm a bank robber.
What programme did Magnus Pike present on TV?
Don't ask me.
Correct. Literature. What did Dr. Watson say to Sherlock Holmes in the case of the quivering lady?
I haven't a clue.
Right. What did the gardener say to Lady Chatterley in the woodshed?
I'm not here to play games.
Correct again. You must be a student.
I am not a student. Look, come on, hand over that money before you upset me.
Oh, will you take a check?
I'm warning you.
Oh, very well.
Here, I've got one for you. Which famous TV detective do I remind you of?
I don't know.
Kojak.
Why?
He's the one with the lolly. Who robs you, baby?
Paddy Frost. Paddy, the loot bag, that's the clue, is it?
That is the clue, Ted,
That's the
yes.
clue. Lovely to have you here, Paddy. Well, have you got a rhyme for Tony and Maureen?
Yes, I have. Right. If you're a rascal or a villain and don't want to stay inside, jump in here as quick as you can. We'll take you for a ride.
Well then, Terence, what do you reckon? No ideas?
Word glide, can
Clyde?
No, glide.
Glide? Oh, you
glide.
from a swimming pool to a plane. That's not bad, is it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the delightful Paddy Frost. Thanks, Paddy. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got two on the table. So far, you think that's a swimming pool, and that could be a glider or a 747. Anyway, let's have our next sketch, because then you've got to make up your minds to reject one of them. Hard on the heels of any lawbreakers, we find detectives. And I don't know about you, Tony, my favourite are the Sweeney. I love Regan and Carter, you know, Punch and Judo. Any foreigner watching that programme must think the Sweeney, they must think our police are crackers. I mean, on one show, they arrested a fence, a grass, a jelly expert and a tea leaf. And they reckon we ran the knocker. Let's see if our detectives can do any better.
I don't think that alarm can be working. The police should have been here hours ago.
Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Lower the lifeboats, women and children first. There's no need.
It's a bank raid, Sarge, not a boat.
I know that. Psychopath. Now tell me, they've escaped actually by helicopter, so we've put up roadblocks. There's no problem. We've already caught one of them leaving at the back. It won't be long before we have all the others.
What's he like, the one you've caught?
Well, a sort of a tall, thin man with a typical criminal's face, little piggy sort of eyes. Typical criminal type, I'd say. Would you recognize that description?
Yes, that's the manager.
Oh, well, we all make mistakes, as the hedgehog said, climbing off the scrubbing brush. Now tell me, what were they like, these men?
There weren't any they. There was only one, and that was hours ago.
All right, then, you better call off the helicopters, OK?
Right, and I'll tell Harry he needn't straddle the road with his bike.
Excellent, and try and get up a good head of steam, if you will. Now tell me, what was this man like? What was this man like? Was he a tall, short, fat, thin, clean-shaven fellow with a moustache? Spoke with a slight limp? What did you say?
Well, mentally, I'd say he was one cut above an orangutan.
An orangutan? You mean he looked like an orangutan?
I was talking about his low mentality.
The point is this. Did he or did he not look like an orangutan?
Well, he did have very long arms with sort of things on the end of them.
Things? What sort of things?
Well, like hands.
Oh, hands.
I've never seen an orangutan. Well, not up close. He could look like one for all I know. Would you know what an orangutan looks like?
An orangutan? Well, they sort of looked like,
Somebody's locked the door. How do you do? Constable! Oh, Constable! Sergeant! Constable! Fantastic design! Just think of this! You're Mike Newman. What do you know? Oh, the point is this. Yes? Would you know what an orangutan looks like? Certainly. You look more like a gorilla. An orangutan always walks about like that. One hand holding the tree, the other the nuts. Now, he then... He goes...
Oh, come on. That's more like a baboon.
Yes, a baboon.
Orangutans go like this.
Oh, quick! Get me 100 weight of bananas.
Now, Chad, are you all right?
Oh, Michael. Oh. Listen, folks at home, you probably saw the marvellous Billy Dainty in that last sketch. Well, Billy will be with us in part 3, but... what are you leaving as the clue?
The gloves are the clue this time, Chad, and I have a little rhyme here. I have a rhyme here.
What's it say?
A turn of the key, a twist of the wheel, play it safe if you're going to steal.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum.
There you go. Tone, Maureen?
I'll leave you that.
Take care. Mike Newman, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Mike. Okay, folks, that's Mike Newman there. You do realise that we don't have a motor car on our show every week. That's because when we come down to the last 2 objects and one goes, we always knew that was the motor car. So we don't know whether we have one each week. These days, we've got plenty of cars through the series, but have we got one tonight? Now, then, have you any idea? I can read you the loot from Paddy Frost again, or the plan from Chris Emmett. Which one would you like to hear out of those 2?
The loot one, then, yeah.
You like to hear the loot?
Yeah.
All right. That said, if you're a rascal or a villain and don't want to stay inside, jump in here as quick as you can. We'll take you for a ride. So, if you've got any ideas about them at all?
Take for a ride could mean you're going to trick us, but it could be a car.
We wouldn't trick anybody, would we?
There again, they are driving gloves on. I thought that was Dusty Bennett first, because he wears gloves.
Pretty good. He's working it out pretty well. Yeah. What do you reckon, Maureen? Any ideas? Well, one has to go. Which one was it?
Plan.
Plan.
Go on, get rid of the plan.
We've got a bath, we don't need a swimming pool.
All right, you've got a bath. She's got a bath, she doesn't need a swimming pool. You're going to reject the plan?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, that came from Chris in Chris Emmett, the first sketch. Let's see what it says. Now, here's the plan. Think if you can, if there's a chance. If your chance is bright or dim, we'll throw you in the deep end so it's either sink or swim. So the clue, in fact, was plan. The key words were either sink or swim. No, you were wrong. It's not a swimming pool. But, in fact, it is a sink, and the plan is for you, it would have been, to have installed your own fitted kitchen. Now, Tony, Maureen, just have a look at what's coming through here. Now, could you have done with one of those? I'm pretty sure you could have. Look at this. Just take a look at this, will you? Come over here and have a look. All right, look at this. We got all the housing here with the oven. We've got the double sink units here. There's the ceramic hob. There's a teapot. Well, that doesn't really matter, does it? But I can tell you this really adds up to some fabulous prize. Just take a look at that while I say goodbye to everybody for a couple of minutes. I think you'll agree it's a marvellous prize they've turned down, but we have still got some fabulous prizes that come, plus the bin. Remember that. We'll see you in a couple of minutes on 3, 2, 1. Don't go too far away, folks. Thank you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 3, where Tony and Maureen have just turned down. They've rejected a fabulous kitchen. Also had a garbage disposal on that, too, you know that. Really everything. You really could have done with that, couldn't you?
Definitely.
Oh, well, let's put the thinking caps on. We're going to have another sketch right now and see what you reject next time. You know, all criminals fear the day of judgment when they're on trial. And I was in court recently, and a man was charged with marrying 5 women. And the judge said, well, as far as he was concerned, he'd already received the maximum sentence. 5 mother-in-laws. You think so too? Well, here's one of everybody's favourite cases, Billy Dainty, who's going to tell us what happened outside the Oliver Cromwell last Saturday night.
She was one of the ruins of Cromwell knocked about a bit. One of the ruins of Cromwell knocked about a bit. In the gay old days, there used to be some doing. Now wonder that this poor old lady's gone to ruin. Those that studied history sing and shout of it. But you bet your life there isn't a doubt of it. 'Cause outside the Oliver Cromwell last Saturday night, she was one of the ruins of Cromwell knocked about a bit. This kill variety, you know. I don't feel too good myself. You will notice at no time do my feet leave my body. All together now. Eyes down for a full house. Never mind. Both go the same way, otherwise I'm in trouble. Come back next week and the prize will be a kitchen. Oh. Get up. Open it.
Hold it. Don't tell me you've been rejected, have you? What a dainty dish, eh?
Oh, dear.
William, how'd you feel?
Oh.
Well, how would you like that? How would you?
Oh, let's have some breath, Fred. Ah, there.
What are you leaving as the clue, Billy?
Yeah, well, pardon?
What are you leaving as the clue?
Oh, I thought you were talking about my shoes. They're Max Wall's, you know, those shoes.
Are they really?
Yeah, Max Wall. Paddy, the director, said, you know, wear them and you'll be funny.
Where's the stool? I must find the stool to put... Oh! Can't you get to lower table?
So, listen, I'm a tall fella.
Ah, that's why you've got the file.
That's your clue. I don't know, where did you conceal that about your person?
Pardon? I don't know, but I filed all the hair off my legs.
I think you've reminded them, though.
Yes.
Oh, the monk show.
Billy Dainty.
Listen, Bill.
They're funnier over this side today. Good evening. Play to that side. There's more laughs.
Have you got a rhyme for Tony and Maury?
Of course I have, Ted. If I can open the envelope.
No, don't open it. You've got to read it. I open it.
Oh, it's all right. It's
you nearly threw the prize away in one hit, then.
Well, no, I didn't realise that. Of course, no, I'm really there. Mind you, I can come back next week.
So I've heard.
Now, do we send you up the river or send you up the creek? Once over the hill, once over the hill, that's right. We'll pay the bill. But you can't come back next week.
So that answers your question, too, doesn't it?
Pardon? Yes, it does, yes. Well, the money's not all that good.
Well, they've not done so bad tonight. No. Neither did Jean and Ron from Berkshire, or Peter and Linda for up there in Manchester.
Nice, Tony. Maureen, good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Billy Dainty. Bill,
thank you very much. Good night.
I can read the gloves again, which was Mike Newman, of course, and Paddy Frost brought in the loot. Would you like to hear either of those again?
The gloves, do you think, love?
Yes?
Well, hear the gloves.
Hear the gloves. OK. Mike said, a turn of the key, a twist of the wheel, play it safe if you're going to steal. So, once again, one has to be rejected, Tony. Maureen?
The gloves make us think of Dusty Ben and...
Yes?
Dustman wear gloves.
Oh, you're getting heckled from the audience.
Steel.
Well, what do you think? One has to go.
Get rid of the gloves.
Yes,
please.
Maureen, you're going to go along with that?
Yes.
Oh, the whole audience says get rid of the gloves.
And we'll shoot the lot of you.
Right, rejecting the gloves. Let's see what it says. Play it safe, turn the wheel and twist the key. Well, we did give it to you fair and square. Here's the safe in the form of a security briefcase. Annie St. John has it. Let's bring it in, Annie. There we are. Don't think there's a dustbin in there, do you? Of course, sir. We want you to turn the wheel, and you'd need the gloves, of course, so you wouldn't leave any fingerprints. Now, what do you think the key would be on this show for that combination lock?
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
All right, we'll try it and see what happens.
With or without the gloves?
Has it opened? Yes, it has. You got it right in one go. What have you turned down? You've rejected. Look at that. Jewelry, gold, precious stones. There's a gold cigarette lighter, a gold bracelet, gold cufflinks, a pearl necklace. Look at that lovely brooch there, a diamond ring and a gold lighter. And that is well over £1,250. How about that? That's really something else. Beautiful, Annie. Gorgeous. But it has to go. So, it's been rejected. Annie, thank you very much. Take it away. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yeah, the kitchen's gone, and all that jewellery. Could have done with that, Maureen, couldn't you?
Definitely.
Oh, do you smoke anyway, Tony?
No.
Oh, well, you've lost the case, didn't mean anything, did
No.
the cigarette case?
No.
OK, let's have another sketch right here and now, because while we're on the subject of crime, you know, the notorious robber Ronald Biggs nearly got caught here recently because he came back to attend a relative's wedding, and he was admiring the back of the bride's dress, and through force of habit, he tried to hold the train up. Now we find our gang about to hear what's up in the dark.
I'd rather like to be on the golf course at about 2:30. Is that all right? Thank you. Right, here we go then. Right now, have you, any of you, do you wish to challenge any members of the jury?
I'll go a couple of rounds with that little one on the end, if you like.
All right, will you read the charges, please?
Charges? Does that mean we have to, like, pay for all this, then?
I don't know.
The accused are charged with armed robbery and parking on a double yellow line.
Parking on a double yellow line? Good heavens. What on earth induced you to do that?
You see, your worshipful Tingy, we was robbing the bank, you see.
Yes, well, there's no excuse for breaking the law. Anyway, how do you all plead? Are you guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
I see. That's 1 guilty and 2 not guilty. Case dismissed. Majority verdict.
They're the accused, my lord.
What?
The jurors over there.
Well, why have they changed places with the accused?
They haven't, my lord.
Well, how am I supposed to keep track if everybody keeps moving about?
There are 3 accused and 12 jurymen, my lord.
Oh, I see. Well, that doesn't sound very fair, does it? The accused are outnumbered by 4 to 1. You don't stand a chance. Now, look here. You are supposed to have stolen £30,000.
You see, no, Lord Mayor, kid, you see, we weren't supposed to steal it, you see. That's why we're here.
I see. And the police haven't yet traced the money. Do you propose to hand it back?
Oh, we didn't take it, my lord. We were apprehended inside the bank.
Well, this is a very serious crime. Have you anything to say before I pass sentence?
What about the verdict, my lord? The jury haven't been asked whether they're guilty.
Yeah, well, you don't think I'd listen to their word, do you? I mean, they don't even know where to sit. Now, look here, you 3. I'm going to give you a short, sharp lesson. I'm going to send you to prison for a period of 1 month. Now, are there any questions?
Just one there, Tinkerful.
Yes.
Could I have the last 2 weeks in July and the first 2 weeks in August?
John, lovely to have you here.
It's nice to be here, too.
What are you leaving as the clue?
What? Oh, I'm riddled with keys. There you are.
Oh, this bunch of keys?
Yeah. Yeah,
Now, listen.
I've got to read this.
You've got to read that rhyme, yes, for Tony and Maureen.
Yes. Right. Hello.
Hello.
They've
Now,
rejected
this is
some
it.
great stuff already.
Now, are you a good judge? To sum up this case, will you do a good stretch with a smile on your face? Will you do it?
I'm sure they will. Ladies and gentlemen, the great John Mesurier. Thank you, John. OK, the final 3 are here now. I can read you Billy Dainty's file again, or the loot from Paddy Frost. One of them has to go. We're down to the last 3. Any
Which
ideas,
one?
Tony?
We can hear one of the clues again.
Yes, you can. You can hear the loot or the file. Which one would you like to hear?
Come on, give us some help.
Give me some help. What do you want to hear?
The file, you think?
What, here's the file again?
So long since we heard that, I'll hear that, sorry.
You want to hear the loot?
Yeah.
He's gone against a whole lot of you. See that? That's a man of his own mind. Good. Paddy Frost brought this in. If you're a rascal or a villain and you don't want to stay inside, jump in here as quick as you can. We'll take you for a ride. So,
A rascal or a villain, that could be Dusty Bin.
Hang on. Rascal or a villain? Yeah. I'll take you for a ride.
Yeah. Where's it going to go, Tony? Maureen, what do you think it's going to be?
Go on, it's your choice.
He's shelving it now. Yes? Come on, gonna make up your mind.
Go on then, take it.
Yes?
Yeah.
The loot Maureen thinks. Okay, Tony?
Yeah.
All right. If you are a rascal or a villain and you don't want to stay inside, jump in here as quick as you can. We'll take you for a ride. Well, now, rejecting the bag of loot, can you think of a perfect place to hide on this show that's connected with a rascal? Can you?
In the bin?
Well, we said we'd take you for a ride. Yes, Tony, you're absolutely right. Dusty Bin is what you've rejected. You've done it. Come on, now, say hello to him before he goes.
Hello.
That's it.
Sorry,
hello.
we don't want him.
You're sorry you don't want him. He's got to go. He's been rejected. You've done well. Take him away, Patsy.
She did well.
Sorry, Doug. Oh, goodness. Yes, she did. She did very well then, because you didn't want to really get rid of that. She wanted to get rid of it, but you were going for something else. Right, now you've really got a problem. You've got two good prizes here. You know the bin's gone. You've got the keys from John Mesurier or Billy Dainty's file, and I can read them both again, all right?
Yes, please.
John said, are you a good judge to sum up this case? Will you do a good stretch with a smile on your face? Now, Billy said, do we send you up the river or send you up the creek? Once over the hill, we'll pay the bill, but you can't come back next week. So.
Can't come back next week sounds like a fortnight. Up the river.
Fortnight up the river.
Over the hill and you're going to pay the bill. I think that's a holiday.
Oh, really?
Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, you're unanimous. I'm so pleased. Oh, I'm so glad to hear you say that.
It's our family, you know.
Really? What about this one?
Do a good stretch. What stretches?
Girdles?
Elastic?
Stretch of road?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want a road, do you?
No, but I'd need a car.
We don't know whether we have one this week.
No,
That's
I know.
up to you. You've got to make a choice. One has to go.
Some of this case.
Most important decision right now.
Will you do a good stretch? Smile on your face.
Go on, you're doing so well.
I think I will
Keys, keep that and get rid of that holiday.
Get rid of that holiday? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, we're going to Belgium in a few days, so...
Oh, really? Okay, Maureen, you want to get rid of the file? Okay, let's have a look. Billy brought this in. I glued it down again. I can't get it open. Let's see. Right. If you'd send somebody up the river, then you'd send them to prison. And in fact, the clue was a file. And we were going to send you to a prison. This one. Alcatraz. Yes, you were right. The one you see across the bay of fabulous San Francisco. Look at that gorgeous Chinatown there. There's the cable cars, there's Fisherman's Wharf, they're going up Telegraph Hill. It's a marvellous place. What a holiday you've turned down there. Yeah. Here's Zoe with your voucher. That would have taken you there exactly for 15 days, but you've turned it down. Well, what can you do? Take it away, Zoe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, another fabulous prize.
Something good. The bin's gone, don't worry.
Yeah, it's got to be something good, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so here it is. This is what you're taking home with you tonight. You know it's not a dustbin. Right. Okay. If you were a good enough judge to sum up this case, then you'd use some keys to get into the star prize, which would certainly put a smile on your face, as you did do a long stretch in the motor car. You see? Go on the other side. Oh, no. Listen to that. Tony's just said to me, our car is 7-year-old. He's delighted about it. So's Maureen. Fabulous. Star prize, the motor car, they've won it again. Ladies and gentlemen, you know we have great prizes each week on our show. The only problem, getting rid of the bin. They made it. We'll see you next week. Have a good week. Good night, everybody. Take care.